What's up, guys? It's the Wolf, and today I kind of wanted to also talk about Call of Duty Zombies. Call of Duty Zombies. I'm gonna try and make this quick, but I do kind of want to go into a little bit of detail about my experiences with Call of Duty Zombies. Um, I started playing on World at War. It was fantastic. It was bare bones, obviously, but 2008. It was a hell of a time. But you go into Black Ops, vast improvement, I'll say, but it did. I feel like it did lose a little bit of the magic from World at War, because World at War, you could, what most people did was we went to the catwalk. We defended. We just lasted as long as we could. There was no rape training. You didn't even need to rape train. You could just sit back and relax and try and just face off the endless hordes. Right. That was the shtick. And then Black Ops came around, and I don't know if it was the map designs. I think it was that inspired rape training, because I remember being kind of irritated that there's nowhere to hold out. Everywhere has a fucking window. Everywhere has someone dropping down from the top. It's just like, and every time I almost got one, and this is Black Ops, I that someone would jump down from the top of a roof, and I'm like, bro, like, how are we supposed to defend this? And then somewhere along the line, I saw rape trainers, and Syndicate was, I think, one of the first ones. And I'm like, oh, so they just fucking, they go in circles. I was like, I can do that. And it really isn't that hard. It actually broke the game, and I feel like was kind of like the start of Call of Duty Zombies losing its magic. As much as I love rape training now, it's definitely, it definitely takes away from the game. Obviously, like, you're abusing the AI, in the routes, so I can get that. But going forward, Black Ops 2, I thought at the time that it was a major improvement. I'm like, Zombies is getting huge, it's getting massive. There's so much possibilities that they can do with this. It was at the peak of Zombies, I feel like, for a lot of people. But looking back on it, Black Ops 2 was a massive disappointment. All I really liked out of that was Nuketown and Mob of the Dead. I wasn't really a fan of Die Rise or Buried. Wasn't a fan of Origins. I know it's a controversial opinion, but I don't. I can play Origins now that my dude forced me to go through it because it's one of his favorite maps. So, but and then Transit, I just like Transit's memories. I don't ever want to go back to it. But we had some fun times on Transit with the bus. That was really cool. But overall, I think, it was going in a good direction with Black Ops 2. Somewhat, I feel like the maps were a little meh, but some were good. Some were innovative. Like Buried had the candy thing that, they did a lot of cool shit in Black Ops 2, especially with the bus. That whole system was legendary. But then you get to Black Ops 3, and I do believe Black Ops did remaster a lot of maps, but then Black Ops 3 remastered even more maps, which was kind of like a saving grace, because I didn't like Black Ops 3 as much for some reason. Just the base maps, I don't know why, they didn't appeal to me at all, like the Gordo Krovi and that horrible Shinonuma kind of like remake. I forget what it's called, Zetsushima or something. Horrible maps to me. I couldn't get into them, so I usually just stick with either modded zombie maps or just the classics, which is sad. I feel like every game should have at least two solid maps that you can go to. So that's kind of disappointing. But Black Ops 3 is probably one of my favorites. That's probably like the pinnacle. That's my peak of when Zombies was, because the UI was amazing, the graphics were upgraded. They have almost every map that I even cared about. So great game overall. Then you go to Black Ops 4. Black Ops 4 is, I feel like, it's better maps. I'll give it that. I did like the maps better, but there was a lot of just clutter, just trying to get the Wonder Weapon made, or the Riot Shield. Just, there's so many steps and so many things you got to see and notice, and it's just obnoxious. It became obnoxious with 4, I think. And the maps were, they were okay. The guns were okay. But I think the thing that saved it was the custom creation mechanic. That was amazing. That was what I think what should have been the Zombies from from the get-go, or at least Black Ops 1, something really simple just to change the game settings so that, you could mix it up and play it this way or play it that way. That sounds awesome. That was awesome, and when I seen that, I was just disappointed because I always want to go back to play Black Ops 3. And Black Ops 4, it makes me want to like it because of that mechanic. I wish that was on all of them, but sadly it's not. And then you transition through, we had World War II zombies and Infinite Warfare. But, I don't really count those. I don't know why. They're definitely not up to par. I actually do think they were better than Black Ops 4, both of them actually. But, the fact that, I just don't care. I need to go back and play them, all the DLC maps to its entirety just so I can get a clear opinion. But, it just wasn't my style of zombies for the most part. And then we get Cold War, and Cold War was a breath of fresh air, I guess. It was different. It was massively different, not massively. It was just, a little tweaked from Black Ops 4. You still had the health bar from Black Ops 4, but it was a little changed, stuff like that. But overall, the gameplay and the Easter eggs were relatively fun. You could train, you could hold out somewhere. For the most part, there was a couple spots, but rape training has always been a staple in zombies. It's never left. So I don't know if they design maps around it now or what, but there's very few positions you can hold out in any Call of Duty now. But if you can try, you can try. Do it. But Cold War was a breath of fresh air. One map, I think Firebase C was my least favorite, and I still played it. It was still fun. It was just, obnoxious after a point with the bosses. But every other map it's fantastic. The wonder weapons, everything's just very nice, And then, fast forward to last year, we got Vanguard. Vanguard was, I don't know what was going on. I think I heard it was something to do with the Infinity War engine that Sledgehammer used for Vanguard was incompatible with zombies somehow. I don't know if it explains some things, why there's no windows, why there's no wall weapons, stuff like that. They don't have it, modeled in to that engine, I guess, and it took some time to do that. But I think, they really, really hurt the zombie community just by letting that slip, because I remember when it came out, Syndicate didn't even cover it. A lot of people were complaining about it, saying it's kind of like a lackluster version of zombies. It's kind of basic, it's boring, and I've never heard zombies get just derailed so hard. It was very embarrassing for Vanguard. This game started off so bad, and then it just the hate just kept coming on it like constantly. It's just depressing, but. Those couple maps. Honestly, I'm in a rare opinion, a rare controversial opinion over here, is that I think they're not that bad. They really aren't. They're not that bad of maps. They are basic. They got everything we know about zombies clustered in the middle of the map. You have these little challenges that you go and do. It's okay. It's perfectly fine if we're waiting for an actual real zombie map. But there's two problems that I had with that. Number one, once you got to like round 25, 30, it almost became obnoxiously difficult, to where you have like 8, 9, 15 of these bosses. You're running out of ammo. Your ammo doesn't even do anything to them. You're upgraded at max capacity and you still can't do anything. Or you're at 2 out of 3. And you can't get enough money to buy a third upgrade because you can't kill anything, and it's frustrating. It was a very frustrating map design. I feel like if they just took the bosses out, it could have been a lot better, honestly. Or if they just mitigated the amount of bosses, something like that. Very easy, quick fixes, by the way. So like, I don't understand why they couldn't just update it. You have all this hate coming at you. December, January, February, still no update on the zombie mode to even make it relatively better while we wait for an actual map, right? And then it comes to find out we don't get the actual map until, what was it, like June or July? I think it was July. because we just got the second one 2 days ago, which I have yet to play. I have to play it. I'm probably gonna play it right after I record this and get it rendering, but it's just sad. It was like what is that, 8 months until we get a decent zombie experience? That is pathetic. That's bad. That's not that just makes me, my hopefulness about zombies is just going down the drain with every mistake that they make, especially after Cold War. That was a pretty good hit. Everybody liked it. What happened? Why didn't you just stop? Why don't you just say, okay, we're not going to make zombies like this, or just fix it? You could have fixed it. I don't understand the problem that came about with having this horrible zombie mode. And then to know that, we're not getting a Call of Duty next year. We're getting some type of different special mode for Modern Warfare 2. Zombies is a while away. This is the last zombie map that we're going to have for probably 2 to 3 years, which is insane to think about, honestly, I think it just needs it. I think they just need to take some time and just, consolidate their forces of Treyarch, maybe even get some other fucking developers, come them into, just put them all into the same room and say, we need to make something fun. It doesn't have to be gigantic, okay? This just fun experiences, okay? Mr. Artsy Davo there, stop making amazing detail on shit we don't care about, The detail on some of these maps are amazing, but the concepts of gameplay just sucks. So, I don't know. I think they need to rework some shit. They definitely need to rework the zombie mode. And I think we're going to get a massive upgrade. I really do. Because Cold War, honestly, because I played it on PS4 before I got my PS5, there are very, very little differences between the two, like overall, honestly. So I think this next Zombies experience is definitely going to be more next gen. So there's that. So maybe they'll have more potential and maybe they can build things easier, better development tools, something. You need to make Zombies what it used to be, Treyarch. I swear, if you can, bring back all the maps. Bring back every map, put it on the next zombie game. Or in fact, just make a zombie game, Treyarch, just because that's your strongest suit. Somehow it's split between the community. Some people like Modern Warfare's multiplayer better than Treyarch's, vice versa. But for the most part, I think I do like, I don't know, I like them equally, to be honest. They have their own needs, but I feel like they definitely should take a break and make a zombie game. Make a full branch, like, campaign, multiplayers, they've already kind of like tested the waters on all of these, with the Easter eggs. They're so insanely hard. It's if you want to do something like that, put it in a campaign. That would be awesome. If people want to do Easter eggs, just strictly Easter eggs, or follow a story, it ain't round based, maybe that could be cool, and then you have multiplayer. You could do that from the Black Ops 2, how they did I forget what they call it. It was basically Infected, where you played as the zombies, or maybe not, or Turned. It was called Turned, yeah. So bring Turned back with some better mechanics, and that would be awesome. Then you have like the kind of like the custom zombie mode that you could make, where you can make your own maps, right? And then you could upload that to a server, have endless amounts of maps that you could just download and play. Boom, that's fucking amazing, right? The playability, oh my god. And then not to mention that, but you could also have like set maps from the campaign that they have delegated to round-based maps, or you could turn round-based off. You could do the whole customize the thing like Black Ops 4. There's so many possibilities for zombies, and to make a really good hit, and everything they put out in the past 4 or 5 years has just been kind of meh, and I'm getting kind of sick of it, and it's sad, because there's no other zombie experience. You compare it to anything else, what do you got? You got Back 4 Blood came out, that's ass, very disappointing. Dying Light, that's a whole different type of game, that's like an RPG, so then what else is left? That's it. You have Dying Light, Back 4 Blood. We have a Dead Island 2 coming out. Maybe that will kind of mix things up. And maybe they can take some fucking notes, Treyarch. Go take some fucking notes. Because that shit looks fun. That just looks overall fun. And that's insane. This used to be one of my favorite series, with the lore. Even they fucked the lore up a little bit. They just got lazy about it. They're like, All right, at the end of Black Ops 4, they're gonna go into this fucking portal, and it's gonna be ominous, and no one's gonna know what's happening. And then like, they came back at Cold War, and they're like, guess what? They went into another timeline. Samantha's grown now. You don't know where Eddie is, you know, and that's like the basis of it. And I'm like, you had such the perfect ending, you know, and then you kind of mocked it up by making it this way. And then the finale, I think, about Cold War was a little, I don't know, it was a little disappointing to me. I didn't feel like they did it justice, but I don't know. Let me know your comments below. What do you guys think? What do you think? Do you think Zombies is on the up and up? Do you think Vanguard was just like a misstep because of just bad timing and bad resource management? What do you think about that? You know. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. It's been the Wolf.